PS2 mini games.
Hello guys, welcome to the PS2 mini games. I'm currently in Bonnybridge, Scotland, just outside Falkirk. Well, actually just outside Bonnybridge. I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. I'm staying in this cottage next to a farm, as you can see. Beautiful countryside, and beautiful country actually, Scotland. Been very polite so far. So while I'm up here for a week, I thought I might as well start and find a CEX, and luckily for me there is actually one in Falkirk. So I'll just be going to that one CEX, maybe a few charity shops. But I thought I'd just film some countryside while I'm here, because I love Scotland. So peaceful, so tranquil. This is the entrance to where I'm living, and here are my 4 neighbours at the moment. Cows! They've literally been here for all 4 days, and as you can tell, that they're all giving me the stare of evil right now. It's like, who the fuck are you? I'm going to leave them alone, because they clearly don't want me. But anyway, so the plan today is pretty much to go into Falkirk, find CEX, see what they've got, maybe find something else. So let's do this. Right guys, this is the first of 2 stops today. CEX in Cumbernauld, small Scottish town just outside Glasgow. It's in the shopping mall. It's very clean, very nice town. Actually, Scotland in general is quite beautiful. So we're going to hit this one up first, see what they've got. They seem to have a few things I might need. Let's try my luck. Originally I was going to go to Air, but Air had literally nothing I needed. So that would have been a colossal waste of time. Well, I can honestly say that's one of the better stores I've been into. Cumbernauld CEX, clean, everything's accurate, very polite, very polite staff. So that's in the top end of CEX stores I've been in. Right, now we'll go from the Cumbernauld. We're now going to head to Falkirk, which is only about 7 or 8 miles away from here. But Falkirk, obviously, older place, less than I want that I actually need. So we'll see what happens in Falkirk. Hello guys, welcome to an episode of PS2 Mini Games. Quite a bit of change since the last episode, since North Walsham, literally 2 days ago, hilariously. As you can tell, new build! Not only a new build, a much, much better build. Obviously 2 units, 4 foot across, actually built properly by myself and my brother. Mostly my brother, I did help, but most of it was him, so thank you Aaron. But as you can see, it is significantly much better built. Apart from that shelf there, all flatter, that's a remade shelf. We just used a shelf from a past build. It's not holding up very well, but the rest of the shelves are actually straight. So, as you can see, if obviously on the top shelf, we've literally got the Guitar Heroes, onto the PS2 and the board. But if I scroll down here, literally it goes down and down and down to, there's 8 shelves across. We purposely left that bottom shelf there like that just for like accessories for the time being. So basically, I'm very happy how it's come out. This unit holds literally just short of 1,000 games. We roughly calculated between 970 to 985 it can hold. So basically, I'm very happy. This now holds well, very close to nearly my whole collection. So in the future, before I'm going to build another one of these, and that'll be my whole collection, but obviously this is a side wall of the actual room itself. So we've actually saved space by making it a lot wider. Basically wall to wall. So this actually is by far the best build of it in this room. But the build is not done yet. If I quickly scroll to the side here, if you notice, there used to be a stand. That is in the middle of being dismantled. I'm going to do that myself. But basically that was the console like peripheral stand. I'm going to basically rebuild that and see if I can make it better, more smoother, and actually build it properly. So exciting times here for the games room, exciting times for the channel, for me personally I mean. I do love these shelves. The kind of shelves you find at a game store. It just looks so smooth, and it's so easy to store now because this currently holds halfway through F all the way to the end of the alphabet. So if I just get one more unit, it'll be so much easier to store things games wise, and it will actually give me a lot more room for other things. The main wall, which was the original viewing for the last 5 months, I'm probably going to put a, let's see, if I just, obviously if you like, you know what I mean. So I'm probably going to put some kind of floating shelves across here, probably just for the Guitar Heroes, because I can. I probably can do that at some point, so I've got loads of space. If I just do this again. You know, buying this camera stand was one of the best things I did, because I legit don't have to move, sorry for my hand, don't have to move the camera that often, and I just can scroll down like such. And yeah, knowing Dave's going to leave this in the video, just back up a little. There we go. growing pains at PS2 Mini Games. Anyway, that's just got out of the way, so I'm very happy to have this. Anyway, now moving into the actual episode itself. Scotland!
Damn Scots! They ruined Scotland!
You Scots sure are a contentious people.
You just made an enemy for life!
Scotland proved quite successful for mini-game hunts. Before we go any further, I might mention this a little later on. Footage-wise, the footage, I didn't get that much. One reason. Rain! Rain was the enemy. This is legit the first time I've been on a games hunt and it's actually pissed down. For our American friends, that means it rained a lot. Honestly, it pissed down. The one day in Scotland it rained hard was the day I went hunting. You wouldn't notice it in Cumbernauld, but in Falkirk, when the actual CEX is from outside, yeah, I was holding an umbrella with one hand and camera, so it was actually harder than it looks to film. Though it really was. So anyway, back to Cumbernauld. There was quite a few games I picked from Cumbernauld, 6 to be pedantic. We'll go through them one by one, but let's talk about the future first. So, as of recording, this is the 15th of October, so today's Sunday. As of Thursday, or Thursday, Friday or Saturday, one of the 3 days, is when I'm planning to go to Cambridge with Dan and maybe Harlow. Main reason Dan really needs a game from Cambridge. You'll see it later on in the future. But generally speaking, I'm going to try and hit up both CEXs and other places there, and we'll see how it goes. It will be noted though that because I spent spent 70 quid yesterday on those 3 games from not yesterday, 2 days ago from North Horsham. So the budget for that trip has gone down slightly. So hopefully I'll find some decent games as rare ones, but any like massive game, we'll talk like £100 game, isn't going to happen this time. Because I have actually been saving to get the bigger games, because I had to get the bigger game sooner rather than later, because I can't just keep ignoring them, you know what I mean? So that will happen. Also, for those who are wondering, yes, the plan was to release a top 10 2 days ago. Problem was, it didn't record properly. So you saw me, but you didn't see the audio. So that was a colossal waste of my time. It's somehow Dan's fault. No, not Dan's fault. It's somehow Dave's fault once again. Do you know how hard it is having multiple close friends called Dan, Dave, David? It really is a pisser.
Do you want to change your name to Homer Jr.? The kids can call you Hoju.
I'll get back to you.
Anyway, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go through the games one by one. But first, advert of the week. Enjoy.
you'll be a made man. Anything you want.
Grand Theft Auto 3, in stores now. Rated M for mature.
And we're back. Before we start, there was one issue while game hunting in Scotland, and that was the weather. Believe it or not, this for the first time while actually game hunting, I had rain. In the last 5 months, each day I've game hunted, it has never rained. I am deadly serious. And of course, when I go to Scotland, in Falkirk, it pisses down. For our American viewers, it rained hard. So, while trying to film in Falkirk, I was actually holding an umbrella, and it was hard work. So it wasn't much like actual film quality. Good. Jesus. 3, 2, 1. So if there wasn't very good quality filming in Falkirk because it was pissing down, and I had to make sure the camera wasn't getting wet. Simple as that. So anyway, Cumbernauld CEX. We picked up 6 games at Cumbernauld. Some games I really wanted, some games I just had to have. You see what I mean? So we're going to start off with the very basics, the very shovelware, the very childish junior sports basketball. With that Atari goodness. A sizzling £1 paid for this. I already had the other junior sports game, so both of these are gone now, so that's actually quite a good thing, because as I mentioned before, some of the shovelware or sports games are getting harder to find. They really are. It's just it's a fact of life. No one keeps junior sports basketball on purpose unless they've got some other childhood-like memories of it. So getting that actually is quite a big win. A sizzling £1 paid it once again. In the rack it goes. You have no idea how much easier it is just to find games straight away, and like filing, it's actually made my life significantly easier. Why didn't I do this 3 months ago? I have no idea. Anyway, game number 2, another generic sports title, NBA 2001. One of those games I needed, it cost me 50p, I'm never going to play it, let's roughly move on. Game number 3, a Ubisoft racing game, Downtown Run. £2 paid for this. I have no knowledge of this game. I'm probably going to play it because I love racing games, you know this by now. So, I'm going to say how Ubisoft made racing games back in the day. It's either going to be one of two things. Well made, or just terribly made. I don't know why, I always confuse Ubisoft with Bethesda. I don't know why, because obviously anyone who played Oblivion knows Bethesda, some of the coding wasn't brilliant.
This humble Legion soldier is at your service. How can I help a fellow citizen of the Empire?
Game number 4, it has some interesting ramifications. So, one of my best friends is Colin. Colin is from Scotland. Colin has always supported Celtic Football Club for his whole life. As you know, I own Celtic Football Club, the game. It is my sad duty to tell Colin that now I also own Rangers Football Club. Somewhere in Colin's hometown, he is literally looking at the screen now and going, "You piece of shit."
Wait a minute, what? You brought what? You piece of shit.
And so are more Scottish people who support Celtic. £4 paid for this though, seriously. It's one of the rarer football games I have to collect. I'm happy to have it because I've got to collect them all. Still have not seen one sighting of any like non-Spanish football games. Still no Hamburg, still no Inter Milan, Ajax. I've got to find them all. They are going to be so hard to find. But I relish the prospect. Swiftly moving on. Game number 5. Cal the Kangaroo. Round 2. I've never played a Cal the Kangaroo game in my life. I'm actually kind of intrigued by this. Something tells me there's like an Australian version of this, like exclusive. I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm right. It feels like I'm right. A rare moment when I'm right. The 6th and last game from CEX Cumbernauld. It actually was a reasonably expensive game. It's a game I needed for some time. I've already got this. I've got the first one, but Evil Dead Regeneration was a game that I've been searching for some time. Very happy to have that. Obviously a fan of the Evil Dead franchise. Kind of funny at the same time. It's just funny and like horrific at the same time. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Honestly, I'm gonna have to play this game because I need to play both of them. This and Boomstick, obviously. This actually is in shockingly good condition, by the way. I'm probably going to show more of the expensive games discs just to tell you what it's like. Manual, by the way. Because when you're buying games over 30 quid, you want to make sure you get a manual. Before we go any further, I just want to say I didn't realise how many like expensive games I've now got. Like games over like £30. I'm getting there. I'm getting a lot of the like mid-expensive games, the ones between like 60 and 30. I'm getting a lot of them now. So we are making tracks in this collection. I mean, we are getting there, slowly but surely.
Wow, slow down, egghead.
But anyway, final thoughts on Cumbernauld. Fantastic small little Scottish town, fantastic CEX. Highly recommend both the town and the CEX. Honestly, one of the best CEX I've been to. That's a fact. So now we move on to Falkirk CEX. Falkirk's felt a lot older than Cumbernauld, because it probably is. Obviously, a lot of history in Falkirk. The Battle of Falkirk between England and Scotland back in the 1200s. History knowledge on you boys. Only 4 games from Falkirk CEX, but I actually spent more at Falkirk than I did at Cumbernauld. We'll get to them very shortly. But the first game was shovelware, but very cute shovelware. Rhythmic Star. A sizzling pound. But it's a Namco game, so it must have something to it. It's a dance-along game. See the people having happy times? That isn't going to be me. It is an iToy game, though. So, at one point, when I finally get every iToy game, we're doing it.
Oh, no.
I am not a proud man. I am not a proud man. And I promise, and Dan was about to find out, when I get that iToy, Dan, I am not so much forcing you to do it, but I would like you to do it with me to share my humiliation in playing 20-year-old games that do not work very well. Just remember, the actual iToy peripheral itself is literally worthless. You can get it 50 pence from any CEX. It was that bad. That bad. Game number 2, and for nearly 95% of people this game doesn't mean a damn to, but for those few hardcore football manager fans from like 20 years ago who loved LAM Manager, LAM Manager 2007 is the zenith. £10 I had to pay for this. I am not happy. But somewhere in the local city, my friend Kachif is literally punching the air right now. Honestly, £10 for LAM Manager 2007 is kind of not so much insulting but depressing. But at the same time, I've been told it's not a very common game. It actually wasn't released in limited quantities because the franchise was dying at that point. I've been told this. I've been told. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Football!
The penultimate game in this episode, and the third one from Falkirk CEX. Game I wanted for some time. Marvel Alliance 2. £20 paid. Worth it. I mean, I've always got the first Marvel Alliance. It's obviously somewhere in the rack right now. But I've been looking for that for some time. Very happy to have it. I think I've got nearly every Marvel game now. Apart from, I think it's like one really expensive one I got to get. But I've got to look into that. I really have. But I'm very happy, man, to have it. I really am. By the way, maybe I'm wrong. But obviously, in the last 20 years, all the Marvel films have been fantastic. But maybe I'm the only one. I've gotten to that point where I'm getting a bit of fatigue in Marvel films. Like, go away for about 2 to 3 years, then come back. How can I miss you if you don't go away? Sounds simple, but actually quite effective. And any wrestling fans out there knows the theory. You have to go away before you actually miss it. Simple as that. Confucius say.
What?
And the last game from Falkirk CEX, and the most expensive of the day by far, a game I've been looking for some time, a game I'm going to have to play, because I've always been a fan of this franchise, but I never had the 4th or 5th version. Wild Arms 4. As you can see, £55 paid. Incredibly happy to finally get this. For those who don't know, Wild Arms is an RPG, a very good RPG that originated in the PlayStation. And at least 5 games were made, with the 5th one being very expensive. I think it's a 3-figure game, or not close to it these days. So I've got to find Wild Arms 5. It's one of the most expensive games on the PS2, but I've got the 4th one now. So I am actually Very happy. So much that I'm apparently now raising the roof. You can tell I was born in the 80s.
What's up, fellow students? Raise the roof! Raise it! Where are my bitches?
By the way, it has been noted that people actually do find it like hilarious, that's adorable that I do laugh at myself. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? Honestly, you've got to have a little self-humour. Otherwise, you're going to have a very boring, depressing life. More Confucius knowledge laid down by Adam right now. So anyway, that was Scotland. That was fantastic. 10 games added. I need to really start adding more to the board. I've got to go through a full count again because I think I missed a few, but I think we're like 20 games stronger since I last updated that. So we're roughly on 1350 plus. I'm going to do it recount again. And obviously, Platinum's now at 101. I know that for a fact because you know my rule. Once I get to like 50 games that need to be filed, then I do like a filing. It takes me like 2 hours to file, by the way, because you got to move games around. But now this is built, it's going to be so easy, so much more easy to file as Unreal. Also, by the way, before anyone asks why there's a gap there, because that's S and down, right? S has the most, there are more S games in PS2 library than any other library. Leaving a gap is going to make it so much easier to file, you have no idea. I'm thinking ahead, people. I'm thinking ahead. Obviously, as you see the PS2 on the top there, still my pride and joy. And obviously, Kotaru is winging it. I'm very happy. I'm incredibly happy right now. But hopefully, during the next episode, I will actually rebuild the panel that was here. But I'm probably going to leave a gap in that wall now for small things because, A, I don't want you to see the side here. I want you to actually see the whole range. B, sometimes less is more. It really is. And I've learned that this actually makes it a lot easier. And C, you might have noticed by now, I have actually, if I do this actually, you're not going to bet, but obviously you can't see, but yeah. New LED light fitted. Might sound like a very small, easy thing. It was not. The wiring in this bungalow is the shits. This part is actually an extension from the original bungalow. The people who built this extension built it terribly to the point where when I tried to unscrew the light bulb, because it's the first time it went out in 2 years, right? The whole top of it was coming loose. It wouldn't unscrew unless I unscrewed the whole thing. Anyway, that was fixed today. That took like 20 minutes to do the whole thing. It was some dangerous stuff, I tell you now. But that's now fixed, and I'm very happy to have it. And the light is magnificent. Anyway, back to the actual episode. And one more side note. In one of the episodes, I think the last CEX Roulette, because I do get comments where people start criticising. I work in criticism because sometimes you don't see it when it's right in front of your eyes. And so I did make a point, and the quote was, and I quote, "You got a nice concept here. It's a bit of a shame you rub it on for about 20 minutes and achieve nothing." Deep cut. Deep cut. I'm going to get criticised. It's YouTube. There are a lot of trolls out here. I don't care at the end. I don't care. I do this for fun. I legit do this for fun. You're not going to insult me. Unless you really, really like go for the hard insult. Then you just get your comment deleted. Simple as that. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode. Please comment, like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. The usual stuff YouTubers say. I hate saying that, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how often you just say the phrase, please comment, like, and subscribe. It's one of those things. As I said, future episodes, obviously the Cambridge Harlow thing, if it does happen, that's probably going to be 1 or 2 episodes, depending on what I get. Top 10 horror games will come in this month, that's a fact. I'm probably going to redo well, it wasn't a top 10, it was 10 games that I find that are underestimated. Basically 10 games that I recommend you play. Going to redo that episode because obviously there was no audio and it was a waste of my time. It really was. It was painful when I found out that it's wasted half an hour of my life talking to a camera that wasn't recording. Yeah. And there are other episodes I'm going to be doing. Peripheral episodes, they are coming. I've got to work out how I can record gameplay at the same time while I'm filming us playing it. 2 camera setup, I understand, but you got obviously it's beyond my like editing capabilities at the moment. I'm still learning a lot. Dave's like 3 times the editor I am. I'm still learning. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good evening / morning. See you guys in the future. Bye.